So keeping in line with keeping children safe in education, we need to make sure that we're looking not just at the filtering, but also at the monitoring. We need to make sure that we're keeping children safe in an ever-changing environment where technology is at the forefront of what they do in school and at home.
Our online safety policy outlines exactly how we monitor students, both physically in the classroom with teachers and staff monitoring device use, but also online in terms of using something like Senso. So we're bringing all of that information together. Senso allows us to look at captures, so things that children have put in, searches that they might be looking for that might be inappropriate, online behaviour, so where they might be being unkind to each other, and it gives us that in the moment alert for the thing that has happened that's a cause for concern. And that allows us to deal with it very quickly and efficiently, and allows us to build that much bigger picture of what's going on for a child and young person. And that in turn has allowed us to think about the targeted support a child might need or a young person might need, what we might need to put in our curriculum if we've looked at trends and patterns from all of the captures that we've got, so that we can build that back into our curriculum and into our staff training. But also we use it to upskill our parents. So in terms of the information that we share with parents around online safety and keeping their children safe at home. So a really good example of where we've utilised the captures from Senso to have an impact on what we do within our schools is where we had noticed that children were communicating with each other online, and this started originally via a Google platform, and then moved on to Canva, and then moved on to other platforms as well. So we've utilised this information to think really carefully about what do we put in our curriculum to prepare for children around the risks of that online communication. And so we moved from looking at more generic kind of examples within our curriculum to actual key examples that we've picked out from the lessons that we've learned from the captures that we've been given. And that's really helped our curriculum to be much more robust and effective in preparing them for the risks that they might face online. We've successfully used the captures to really help us with our pupil mental health and wellbeing agenda as well. So we'd seen an increase across all of our schools in terms of children looking for resources around suicide or feeling sad or feeling lonely. And so we have, on the back of analysing all of the captures in our safeguarding data, we've now instigated a tool called Ripple, which instantly puts in a prompt to our pupils if they search for anything under that kind of agenda, and it allows them to be signposted straight away in the moment to resources to support them. And obviously we get the captures when that happens too, so that allows us to deal with that with the families.
So Senso is fantastic because it gives us as a school a view into the unseen risks and more nuanced searches into how children might be feeling in a given moment. It will flag up, which is it will take a snapshot of a concern when a children might be starting to feel that emotional distress. For example, typing something in such as "I feel sad" or "I feel like crying" or "I am upset" gives us that really quick reactionary time to be able to deal with that and put in our graduated emotional response.
On the back of lots of the captures that we've seen around mental health and wellbeing, and children searching more for things like suicide and self-harm, we've then put in place more training for our staff around how to support our students, the signs to look out for, resources that we can signpost them to, and we've also reviewed our curriculum to ensure that our curriculum is responsive to those areas as well.